Alrighty, guys, we're back for Mono Green Hydras, and this is a Dragonstorm Standard brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked. We have all four Goldvein Hydra, X in a green 0/0, but it enters with X +1/+1 counters on it. It has Vigilance, Trample, Haste, oh my, and then also, when this creature dies, create a number of tapped treasure tokens equal to its power. Every time I read Goldvein Hydra, I am surprised we don't see more Goldvein Hydra. You know what I mean? We have all four Mossborn Hydras as well. It's a 3-mana 0/0. It enters with a +1/+1 counter on it. It has Trample and Landfall. So whenever a land you control enters, double the number of +1/+1 counters on this creature, which, as we know, gets out of hand very fast. We also have all four Warden of the Groves, 3-mana 2/2 Hydra. At the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Whenever another non-token creature you control enters, it endures X, where X is the number of counters on this creature. And that's pretty cool, man. Also, fitting the +1/+1 counter theme, we have all four Bristly Bills. Even though it's a legendary creature, it has a huge target on its back, and I do think it's going to be excellent in here. So it's a 2-mana 2/2 with Landfall, and whenever a land you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So you can totally put that counter on the Mossborn Hydra, then have the Mossborn Hydra double the number of counters. That's really neat. Now, for 3 and double green, double the number of +1/+1 counters on each creature you control, which should come in handy. Also fitting the +1/+1 counter theme, we have all four Snakeskin Veils being our protection spell of choice, but even if you're not using it as protection, in this deck list in particular, you'll probably still be pretty happy to put an extra +1/+1 counter somewhere for just 1 mana. How about some ramp packed in? We have all four Llanowar Elves, ought to do the thing nicely. All four Herd Heirlooms also acting as some card draw with that bottom ability. We do have ways to give our creatures haste with the 4-mana Surrak the Hunt Caller, and we do have ways to grab lands out of the deck list, like a couple Wildlings here. With the Omen side, we can do some rearranging. For just 1 green mana sorcery speed, you search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Outside of that, the Dragon side is not going to be unheard of. For 5 mana, it's a 3/3 flying dragon, and when this creature enters, you gain 3 life. Now, that should work well with the other dragon packed in. Bloomvine Regent is a 5-mana 4/5 flying dragon. Whenever this creature or another dragon you control enters, you gain 3 life. Cool stuff, but realistically, this is also just in here for the Omen side. Now, it's claim territory for a 2 and a green sorcery speed Omen. Search your library for up to 2 basic forest cards, reveal them, put 1 onto the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand, then shuffle. So that should work really well with all the extra landfall abilities. Also have a 1 of Archdruid's Charm. We'll see if it does the thing today. We have a 1 of Cavern of Souls, calling Hydra more often than not, but I guess you never know. You gotta base it on your hand. Maybe you call dragons or something too. We have a couple Fabled Passage working well with landfall, hopefully not holding us up too often. Like, honestly, maybe these should just be a couple more forests, but also more deck thinning could come in handy. No honorable mentions today, guys. At the very least, what should have made the cut as an honorable mention? Let me know down in the comments. Either way, I do my dandiest to save the more in-depth discussion for the end of the video. So look forward to that. In the meantime, let's go ahead, take this into some ranked, see how we do. All right, we'll see if we can get right into that first game. In the meantime, what am I expecting from the build? I think it's going to be a little bit better than the last time we visited Hydras. So that's good. And as long as we get to keep some creatures on the board too, like hopefully Snakeskin Veil does the thing and does it well with the protection, with the hexproof. Our opponent goes first. That's a little scary. I'm going to go ahead and keep this though, because it should work out nicely, as long as we don't get run over here in the first few turns. Oh, Violent Urge. Okay, it's been a while since we've seen Gruul. Totally use the Roost Seek while we have that open mana to grab an extra forest, especially since we drew a Bristly Bill here. Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen Gruul Delirium, guys, and Gruul Delirium should be really scary. Tempted by the Herd Heirloom over the Bristly Bill. Yeah, I think a little bit of ramp early on here is going to be a little better than establishing the Bristly Bill, especially since, oh, indeed, nice. Okay, they do find more mana too. See the discard. Okay, they have an instant and a creature so far. They put the +1/+1 counter on the Wildfire. Goldvein Hydra is pretty good, man. I like that. We could totally do X's 3, get a swing, have a good blocker for the Wildfire. However, X's 3, pretty good, right? That's pretty good. I like that. Like, yeah, we could go for a bigger Goldvein Hydra. It's just such a good blocker right now, and we might be able to do everything in our hand if we do get a good block in. Let's see what they discard with the Fear of Missing Out. Do they have the Delirium yet? They do not, but they might off the Inti swing. A Breakout as well. Dude, we're in danger. It's a Fear of Missing Out. They have the Delirium because Breakout is actually the sorcery speed that they needed. Fear of Missing Out having haste means they're going to be able to untap the Wildfire. We're taking so much damage. Holy cow, guys. Where do they put the counter? They want it on the Fear of Missing Out because then we won't have a block. Oh no. Oh no. Guys. Guys, we only got 3 turns, man. I think that's it. Well, wait. We can, well, no matter what, we're preventing 3. And they untapped this right here, right? So we're taking 10. We're going to gain some life off Bloomvine Regent next turn, potentially. Yeah, there's no great block here, right? Either way, we're preventing 3 damage. So 3 treasure tokens. Oh, but they have the Inti swing too, which means that's game, right? They put a +1 counter. Oh no, guys. Where the heck is Gruul Delirium? That was insane, man. Oh, holy cow. Dude, good game opponent. Seriously, we only got 3 turns, and at that point, you got to call that deck list hyper aggressive. Now, that being said, I guess I could have tried a couple different early turn things. Maybe we could have survived 1 extra turn. Like, maybe if I would have went Bristly Bill instead of the Herd Heirloom, but then we still would have only had 1 extra land play. At the most, if we did the Omen, the Bristly Bill could have been a 4/4. Oh, I don't know, man. And then I guess the 4/4 could have blocked the 3/4 Fear of Missing Out, which could have been decent, because it could have also blocked elsewhere after the fact. Okay, opponent goes first. I'm scared now, dude. I'm scared. I'll keep it. The Herd Heirloom is pretty good early ramp. Okay, Bristly Bill. We're going to hold on to that Fabled Passage for now, especially since we have Bristly Bill in hand. Snakeskin Veil. Alright, it's probably a little better to go Herd Heirloom to make sure we have 1 open to protect the Bristly Bill with the Snakeskin Veil. Really good draws, man. Really good. Yeah, against Golgari colors. Oh, they missed their 3rd. That is great news, man. That is really good news. Come on down, Bristly Bill. Snakeskin Veil is open. Fabled Passage. Boost the bill. And now? Their turn? Now? Their turn, probably, right? Because we're not attacking, so. Yeah, Fabled Passage on their turn, I guess, makes sense. Well, I hope they don't have more removal next turn, because we're really invested on this Bristly Bill right now. It could easily be more removal. And they'd want to do it. Oh, up the beanstalk. Okay, so we can successfully do Fabled Passage, I suppose. Actually, yeah, because they'll only have 1 mana open after the fact. If they see land off the up the beanstalk, which they're hoping for, of course. They miss the mana. Oh, that's actually pretty brutal, huh? I think Surrak might be the best bet for the turn, even though everything else also works really well. Surrak, because haste, I suppose. and that puts them on a 2-turn clock until they find more mana, or they need to drop some 2-mana removal here immediately. And then both of these have a huge target on their back, dude. Probably Surrak, though. They do find the third. It's going to be a Verge. All right. Well, we can actually go... I guess any of these work really well. I guess Warden of the Grove. Mossborn Hydra is also pretty good. But yeah, this is fine. Boost here. See if they take out the Surrak before combat. I guess we could also go Goldvein Hydra for 1. Because what ends up happening is now that there's a counter on the Warden, we get to endure, and we can endure for a counter, and then haste to the Warden. Dude, the opponent needs multiple pieces of spot removal now. Holy cow, they go for the throat, and then they could still have something. It's 10. Wow. I mean, the opponent missed mana, which, I mean, you know, it's gonna happen sometimes. It felt like it lined up really, really well for us. Like it was just time for a victory type of thing, you know what I mean? But yeah, if the opponent didn't miss mana, they'd probably still be in that, and they'd probably have so much extra removal, or if they were playing mana every single turn, eventually Deadly Cover-Up might have been in that deck list as well. We don't know. And they missed mana 2 turns? That's a lot of turns when we're slamming deadly creatures onto the board. I will say this, though. Snakeskin Veil, huh? Really coming in handy. Keeping that big old chunky bristly bill on the board was essential. All right, I guess we try this. We don't have Archdruid's Charm because Herd Heirloom is only ramped for creature spells. That also means we don't have the Omen on the Bloomvine, but I'm not too concerned about that. I think we'll be okay. I really like that we're going first. Be easy peasy to find that third mana and then get some ramp with the Bloomvine Regent. We do find the third Bloomvine Regent. Wait a minute. Should I have just played Hydra and started doubling it? No, probably. Well, crap, dude. Maybe I should have. Maybe I actually just go Warden of the Grove first, too. Guys, can I play 8 Snakeskin Veils instead of the 4? You think the game would let us? We could opt for other protection spells, too, I guess. At that point, with the early ramp and everything, Herd Heirloom, Llanowar Elves, we'd still want the early protection to be 1 mana. So, like, if this Archdruid's Charm was a Tyvar stand instead, I'd feel pretty good about that, actually. Either way, keeping the 1 forest open should still scare the opponent a little bit. Oh, Abzan colors. But with Up the Beanstalk, oh, okay, it's going to be Domain, probably. Another Up the Beanstalk. I'm scared, dude. I'm scared. Oh, Surrak, dude. Holy cow. Hi. Do you want to do the hasty thing? Are we going to run into... It's probably a Sunfall style deck list if it's Domain, so probably not a turn 4 board wipe. The biggest board wipe that they'd have early is probably Temporary Lockdown. So I'm still going to go counters over going wide. Potentially putting them on a clock here, guys, as we have 10 on the board now, and any creature in our hand could get haste from the Surrak. We'd be looking at the Mossborn Hydra if we miss mana, though. Additionally, Archdruid's Charm has that ability. Okay, the Leyline draws them 2. See if they find their 4th mana, which might be a tapped land. They take the Surrak because they want the haste off the board for real. If they do find mana, it's going to be that tapped land. It's another Surrak. Holy cow, dude. Holy cow. And we endure 2. So that's game? What? What? Do we want 3 Surrak the Hunt Callers, guys? I mean, I know haste is important and everything, but holy cow, dude. Oh my goodness. All right, let's keep the ball rolling. We'll see if we can roll them into some more victories, but man, sometimes it feels like they're just giving it to us at that point. Like the second one, like what was the actual odds of seeing that second one? We already had the first one. It was under the ley line. Oh man. All right. Opponent goes first this time. This is an all right hand. We can grab mana off the Wildling for turn 1, but everything else is a little slow. The opponent could easily run us over, but we just had 2 incredible games. I'm going to keep it and see what happens. Yeah, let's push the deck list to its absolute limits. Oh, Bristly Bill, that's good. That pretty much tells me exactly what I want to do with the Wildling this game. Make sure we have mana in hand while the Bristly Bill's on the board. Amalia. Okay. So they surveil 1. They go ahead and send a Life Creed Duo to the grave. It's been a while since we've seen the Orzhov reanimate everything. The Raise the Past deck list, I guess they're called, right? It's been a while since we've seen that. Alright, no protection for the Bristly Bill, but we're still going to try it. I'll tell you what. 4 of Llanowar Elves for a very good reason, huh? I think those Llanowar Elves would really, really come in handy. They send a Bleachbone Verge. They play Amalia number 2, send 1 to the grave. I guess for, okay, life gain and extra surveil. And the life gain also lets them explore off the first Amalia. They say, I accept this trade, and we say, we do not accept that trade. Snakeskin Veil, that's great news, man. So we have okay, extra counter on Bristly Bill. 3 mana for the Archdruid's Charm. If we want to go like +1 counter, then have it fight. No, it's actually a bite. Deals damage equal to its power. We're going to boost the bill. I think X is 2 on the Hydra. They definitely double block, right? So maybe Charm open. Doesn't seem great either. We'll also keep Snakeskin Veil open. I want a bigger Hydra here. I apologize, opponent, dude. For some reason, I have 4 cards in hand, but I can't think this through. I think we keep Charm open and we keep Snakeskin Veil open. And we'll see what we can get done here with maybe a surprise for the opponent. Oh, we could attack too. That's probably pretty important, actually. I think every bit of damage matters. Yeah, they don't mind sending things to the grave, but... What? Is that okay? Maybe? Yeah. That's probably okay. Okay. Also, guys, we have top ability on Archdruid's Charm, where we can put a land onto the battlefield tapped, which could also work. You drop Cure. They're grabbing 3 back, guys. 3. Oh, no. We do get some card draw here, and I guess we'll take out the Life Creed Duo. Whenever that you gain life, or whenever another creature enters, and they're gaining on the Sanctifier 2. I guess the Amalia, we pay 3. They got 1 swamp open. Dude, I don't know why I can't think this through right now. Let's take care of the Amalia. Pay the 3. They have a swing with the Sanctifier. We're going to do that before it starts exploring from all the extra life gain. Then they surveil 2 here. Swamp and an Elisil Core. Okay. We got the swing with the Sanctifier. Down to 13. Bloomvine Regent. Okay. Right, so... I guess boost the Bristly Bill is totally fine. I do not mind actually getting the Goldvein Hydra down. Surrak is pretty good too, though. Is Surrak better than the Hydra? Not right now, because Bristly Bill has a chance of survival. And we might have a chance of doubling the counters next turn. Is that okay? Even if we don't double the counters, how do we want to do this, man? So they're going to chump the 5/5, but we really don't want them to have more in the grave when it comes time for Raise the Past. They must not have Raise the Past, as they just took 8 damage, guys. Essence Channeler, nice, dude. Okay, that's gonna get chunky really fast. So, okay. Yeah, for some reason, I have been hit with analysis paralysis for this game. However, these Raise the Past deck lists really are hard to play around, because they love having things in the grave, and so that really messes with you sometimes. Channeler up to a 6/5. Taking the Snakeskin Veil was pretty good for them. But we might just double everything with the bill anyways. Warden of the Grove is really good too. This 6/5 Channeler is a problem. Doubling on the Goldvein Hydra still trades into the Channeler, then they put all those extra counters onto the Deep Cavern Bat. We could also just go Bloomvine Regent, play the Forest Bloomvine Regent, that's 2 lands landing. Bloomvine Regent could also go into the air here. Now, you know what? Oh, actually, I forgot about the extra counter from the play, too. All right, we're swinging. Let's do this. Let's do this, man. They blocked with Channeler onto the Bristly Bill, because the Goldvein Hydra has Trample. We protect the Bristly Bill. The Channeler's extra counters go onto the Deep Cavern Bat. Okay. We have 2 8/8s on the board, but we're in some serious danger, I would say. 6 getting through in the air, and the Menace getting around with the Gorehound. Down to 4. Raise the Past. I think that's game, because Elisilcore... No, Elisilcore... Yeah. Yeah, the Amalia dies. We're going down to 2. Send help, guys. Send help. I wonder if they top decked the Raise the Past then, because remember when they didn't chump that one turn, and I thought the chump was going to happen? Okay, they have a bunch of Explorers on the Amalia. There might still... they didn't get the infinite combo off, did they? Or Hound Surveil. Oh, yeah, but they're gaining so much life. They're at 23, 24. Oh, no, guys. Oh, no. I was going to say there still might be a way around this since we're doubling our counters. But even if we double everything next turn, and if we see like a forest off the top too, it's still going to be like a little over 30, and they have these incredible creatures to block as well, so... There's definitely something to be said about like getting the Warden down, and then once you have Warden established, even top decking Llanowar Elves is actually pretty good, right? That's really neat, because the extra Endure on every creature that you play, that's really cool. Okay, yeah, this is a 16/15 Essence Channeler. If we were able to like activate the Bristly Bill ability twice, then maybe... Yeah, and they have a 10/10 Amalia as well. So unfortunately, I do think that's it, huh? Because we're at 3. I'm surprised we didn't just die that turn, actually. 1 second, opponent. I am pondering, my friend. I want to do the most fun swing possible, and that starts with... I guess that starts with Forest. Boost Goldvein Hydra. If we had a little bit more mana, it'd be pretty cool to be able to do the Omen on the Bloomvine Regent and still activate the Bristly Bill, but realistically, it's just got to be the Bristly Bill for the maximum amount of damage, huh? Yeah. Although, yeah, no, that's the maximum amount of... That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. That's totally fine. We'll let them do their blocks first, and 16/15 blocking the Goldvein. Actually, they go for the Elisilcore into the Hydra too. Could you imagine if these were untapped treasure tokens? We get to dump the rest of our hand or whatever. Okay, yep. So we still do this. I get 1 damage through. Oh man, but we get 18 tapped treasure tokens. At that point, the best thing to do, if they were untapped, the best thing to do would be activating the Bristly Bill's ability. But then there'd be no real way to actually get the damage through him. Oh, also, since 2 creatures are dying, I guess Elisal Core... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I guess they could have won that turn, right? But it's much more fun to go for the swing. Get the fancy pants, GG. Alright, we will go ahead and chump the Amalia. Yeah, good game, opponent. I realistically, I think that could have gone either way, for real. If they missed the Raise the Past, especially, because we had some big old chunky creatures established. Bristly Bill doubling the counters on Goldvein Hydra is no joke. Yeah. Oh, guys, while I have you here in the middle of the video somewhere, or middle-ish, end-ish of the video, make sure you check out that description where we do have that Discord link as well as that Patreon link too if you're interested in joining either of those up or supporting the channel that way. And also, guys, for the YouTube side of things, if you like the video, make sure you actually drop it a like, and if you enjoy the channel, then consider subscribing because it really does help out the channel. So thank you, thank you. I think I forgot to bring that up in yesterday's video. Oh no. Oh no, what have I done? All right. Hydra, let's do this. Yeah. Cool. It still might not survive. Okay, no, it survived. So I don't know what the Seachrome Coast could have been outside like an Elspeth Smite swing, so... Oh, they pass it back. Warden of the Grove is on the board. Cool. Play the other Warden for the turn, probably. Guess we'll go like this. Herd Heirloom, see if it gets countered. It does not, and now Warden can't get countered either. And we will endure for the counter. I guess we'll go for the swing. If it is an Elspeth Smite, it's not. Okay. Okay. Couple more counters. Right. Third, temporary lockdown hits Heirloom and Llanowar Elves. Lightning Helix doesn't pick up the Wardens. Get Lost does, but you'd think that we would have been hit with the Get Lost last turn. Yeah, lockdown picks up Elves and Heirloom. So, I mean, double Wardens on the board is crazy business. We actually don't have triple green for the Charm, which Cavern shouldn't hold us up too often with that. So, Heirloom for sure. Because bottom ability for card draw. See what we see. It's going to be Bristly Bill. Alright guys, let's get the Llanowar Elves and hope that they don't actually wipe the board. I think we go plus counters over going wide. I guess going wide works too if they do find... I don't know. I guess a boost and going wide. Yeah, GG opponent. Wow. Wow. I mean, when we do the thing, we do the thing, huh? The deck list can actually operate quite fast, and the Warden being an ever-growing threat is kind of crazy, right? Like the Warden, we have to look into this card for other builds too. I think we did play it. We played it in the original Hydra deck list because this is a Hydra revisit. But I think we played it in Selesnya counters as well. I don't know, man. We got to look into this Hydra, especially turn 2 Hydra off of Llanowar Elves. That's no joke. That's cool stuff. The hands have been decent. This is probably going to be the last game of the evening, so that way we still have time to talk about the deck list too. And we got plenty of games in today, didn't we? Yeah, win or lose, I am satisfied with how the deck list performed. Okay, the opponent is deciding whether or not to keep their hand. We'll go ahead and pause the recording. Okay, the opponent has arrived. Let's get that Llanowar Elves down. It's a plains. Warden, hi. I'm a little afraid though to play Warden this time. Well, we could have Bristly build then played the land. You know what? I'm gonna go Warden. I just got done saying turn 2 Warden's crazy. Let's see if it gets eaten by that Get Lost right away though. Yeah, we have some good options in hand. We might actually save Wildling for a dragon. Okay, they pass it back. It's another Bristly Bill. So we could go Herd Heirloom, Bristly Bill, play the Forest, and still have Wildling for the Omen if we want. Start with a swing too if we wanted. Probably not. See if we can get like a counterspell out of their hand. Herd Heirloom, okay. It lands. Nice. And Bristly Bill? It lands. We will endure with the counters onto the Warden to get around an Elspeth Smite. Swing for 4. Nothing, guys. What on earth? While we have the open mana, do we grab a land? Yeah, I guess so, right? It's a fancy pants way to thin the deck list too, as the Wildling goes back into the deck list as well. So again, lockdown. Well, lockdown would be pretty good for the opponent. Llanowar Elves, Bristly Bill, and the Herd Heirloom. It's going to be Braided Net, so that's actually pretty good too, because they'll be able to tap down the Warden. Now, the top ability on Herd Heirloom specifies spend this mana only to cast a creature spell, so you can't use it on like creature abilities either. That being said, oh, another Warden. Wow. Yeah, that being said, we're going to use the Herd Heirloom for card draw, probably. All right. Onto the Bristly Bill. Wait, we do have Llanowar Elves for the 5th mana. So we're probably, instead of playing anything out of hand, probably in a good position to double what's on Bristly Bill and the Warden, but they're going to tap down Warden regardless. I mean, what are the odds of a board wipe next turn? Could be a problem. See what they end up doing here with the Braided Net. They could tap down. Yeah, they want to tap the Warden. That makes the most sense for sure. All right, so we swing with Bristly Bill. Double it to 6. Or just get some card draw. We could just get some card draw. Wait, we can do both. What am I saying? What am I saying? Yeah, why not both, huh? Let's do this. Nice. Down to 10, and the opponent's definitely looking for that board wipe. The Warden having 7 counters on it. If we actually get to keep this around and endure 7 onto like, oh, dude, we need more top-end Surraks, huh? Can you imagine seeing a Surrak here? Okay, they are in range for board wipes. It's going to be a united battlefront, guys. Let's see what they see. They do find a synthesizer. But they missed another 3 mana artifact. They found a clay fired bricks instead, which the life gain is actually pretty good. However, we double Bristly Bill next turn to 10. No, that's still not it. If we see land off the top, then we can double the 5 to 12. GG opponent. I mean, they technically weren't dead yet. Braided Net taps down the Warden. If we missed the land, we wouldn't have had it. So, yeah, that was pretty good, though, I would say. Let's end it on a high note. The opponents missed a lot of board wipes for some reason. I'd call that pretty lucky. I feel like in a lot of those games, we did actually get a little lucky, didn't we? But the early ramp really added up, and the synergies with the +1/+1 counters really did their thing nicely too. Bristly Bill was kind of an MVP. Again, even though it's a legendary creature, all 4 of them going to be very important. I would say it's actually, yeah, it's not like an essential creature, but you're going to be very happy to see it. Even if you see 3 of them, it's probably okay, and there's still a really good chance that the opponent removes the early ones anyways until you actually establish another one with an open Snakeskin Veil or something. The extra protection on Snakeskin Veil was really good. One card that didn't do as much as I would have hoped was the one of Archdruid's Charm. It's like a one of utility spell in here, being able to hit artifacts and enchantments too. There you go. There's a way to remove the temporary lockdowns that we see so much of, right? But sometimes it's not even going to be worth removing temporary lockdown for this deck list in particular. They have like a Goldvein Hydra under it. It's just going to come out as a 0/0 anyways. Well, wait a minute. Whenever a non-token creature you control enters, it doesn't have to be cast for Warden of the Grove. So I guess technically, dude, we got to look into Warden of the Grove for real. Especially in another deck list with the Llanowar Elves at some point too. And the third Surrak the Hunt Caller could be excellent in here, guys. But guess what? I don't have a third one, and I don't know if it'll be worth crafting the third one quite yet. Since Foundations will be around for so long, I think there's just a real chance that as the months go by, or the years, however long Foundations is around, apparently for a while, I think there's a real chance that I'll just pull one out of a pack at some point. So we'll see, we'll see. I think the third one could be excellent in here. And it's also a legendary creature too, so there's going to be some games where if you have 3, you see all 3 or something, and you're not very happy about that. But again, it's a similar concept to the Bristly Bill. It has a huge target on its back, so seeing multiples, as long as you have other creatures on the board to help the formidable cost. I don't know why I called it a cost, because it's not really a cost. Formidable is at the beginning of combat on your turn. If creatures you control have total power 8 or greater, target creature you control gains haste until end of turn. So I guess formidable is the whole like power 8 or greater, maybe. That's what they're going for there. But anyways, that haste seemed pretty essential in a lot of those games, but the 2 of is still completely fine as well. And guys, put this on the do not craft list. Even though it performed so well, I still feel like we got pretty lucky in a lot of those games. If you have all the cards, you can give it a shot and get back to me. Let me know how it goes, but only if you have all the cards. And it's going to be pretty hard to do some trading out for this deck list too. Like, what if you don't have all the Mossborn Hydras? I don't know what you could trade in instead, right? Because that's one of the essential build-arounds. Even though we didn't really get to see Mossborn Hydra do too much today, Landfall is a big build-around in this deck list, especially with the Wildling grab an extra land in the Omen on the Bloomvine Regent, which honestly didn't do as much as I thought it would either, but still, it was completely fine, I suppose. When you're looking at the deck list, you're like, wow, that's a lot of ramp, and you have no top end. Well, you're not ramping into anything. Why? Well, you got to think of like top end Goldvein Hydra, big old chunky Goldvein Hydra, but then also, just because we did rearranging doesn't mean that these 5-drops aren't our top end as well. And then also just spending that extra mana on creature abilities like the bottom ability on Bristly Bill and everything is going to be important to ramp into that. Or ramping to the point where you can actually play creatures while keeping Snakeskin Veil open is also pretty essential. And the 23 mana felt pretty good. Since we are grabbing so much out of the deck list too, I think the deck thinning with the Fabled Passage should be fine and dandy, and I do think there are going to be some moments where you see the Fabled Passage and you're happy that you have a Bristly Bill on the board, and now you get to actually do 2 lands on the same turn, or maybe it's your turn 4 Fabled Passage is untapped, and you could do the Omen on the Bloomvine Regent, even more lands spamming onto the board, and if you have a Mossborn Hydra or 2, all of a sudden things got out of hand, huh? So yeah, I would have loved to see more Mossborn Hydra today. That's one big thing. Outside of that, the deck list really showcased, especially like how aggressive it can be with that Warden of the Grove. I'm telling you, man, I'm going to keep my eye on this one because I think it could belong somewhere else. And seriously, we got to do some kind of build around with this. I don't know if we want like a full, another like counter build, like another Selesnya counters. We could try again. I don't know. I'm going to keep my eye on it. We'll see what we can come up with at some point. Do you guys agree with me though? Warden of the Grove was pretty good today. That extra endure is no joke. I could actually see 3 Herd Heirlooms, by the way. I don't know what would go up. Probably more protection. I wouldn't mind more protection. It's just the protection that we chose is +1/+1 counters as well. So if you go up something like a Tyvar Stand, then it doesn't do the whole +1 counter theme, but protecting your essential creatures is pretty good. And you're essentially, you're trading out your 1 mana protection spell for their 2 mana go for the throat or something, while still having an established creature, which is it's just absolutely essential for some builds. So 4 Snakeskin Veils doesn't even feel like enough sometimes. Oh, I know. I know a protection spell that has counters in it that could potentially work here. The problem is it's not a 1 mana protection spell, and also the other problem is I don't know what it's called either. So give me 1 second here as I try to find it. There it is. Gaia's Gift. +1/+1 counter, target creature you control gains reach, trample, hexproof, indestructible. This could be excellent in here for sure. And this could be like maybe drop the Herd Heirloom, maybe drop the Archdruid's Charm. I do like the 1/of being a utility 1/of, but it might also not be necessary at all. Just going up the Gaia's Gift could be a little better. Or you could drop an Archdruid's Charm and an Heirloom down to 3 and go up a couple Gaia's Gift maybe. But again, maybe we just want ways to give like Indestructible 2 or something like that. So other protection spells. Yeah, potentially going up to 6 protection spells could be excellent for this one. All right, guys, enough rambling, huh? I think that's it. Like, yeah, even though we didn't get to showcase parts of the deck list, it still showcased itself well enough to where I don't actually have too much to say. Guys, if you made it this far into the video for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.